Human life cycle is a cycle where we will experience a certain period until our death is completed according to the contract with the Almighty. The human life cycle starts from the moment they are born into this world, then develops into the phase of children, teenagers, adults, and then reaches the final stage of old age, which is identical with human life with death. Before we continue, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Faza Nazzala and I'm from SMA1 Samarinda. And today I will speak about teenagers. Who is teenager? Teenager is a young person whose age falls within the range from 13 until 19 years old. Teenager's phase is a period of transition in which physical and psychological changes from childhood to adulthood. In this phase, they cannot be called adults, but also cannot be called children. Not only adults, but teenagers also have had their respective roles. One of them is the role of teenagers in society. Teenagers who are really able and also creative are able to become teenagers who play an active role in the environment. As teenagers, we can participate in mutual cooperation activities, such as cleaning up trash, cleaning up neighborhood streets, initiating reforestation, and others. These activities is not only healthy, but also a place to stay in touch and also create a safe and clean life in the environment. In social life, there will be also various differences in religion and beliefs between them. Instead of not doing anything, it is better for us to start participating in religious activities. We can go to sermons or we can be church volunteers. According to the research from Yusuf and Nurisan, there are two factors that influence the personality development, namely genetic factor and environmental factor. Genetic factor is a condition where the ancestor greatly influences the condition of the next generation. It can be like gender, race or ethnicity, and congenital factors that are pathological or certain diseases. For environmental factors, it can be happen in the school or in the family. In this teenager's phase, there are many things that we must take care of. The main thing that must be maintained is about social life and health. If these main things cannot be maintained, these things will be happen. The first is free sex. Free sex is sexual intercourse carried by men and women without marriage. Free sex can cause various negative effects for teenagers, such as in psychological, physiological, social, physical, and also transmission of sexually transmitted diseases. Naturally, the sex drive in teenagers are the result of the changes because of uncontrollable desire to make teenagers fall into prostitution, illicit free sex, and premarital sex. The impact of free sex, especially in teenagers, are suffering from STD and HIV or AIDS, and also the dangers of early pregnancy that are not willed. For the one who don't know, STD is a disease that can be transmitted to other people through sexual intercourse. The second is drug abuse among teenagers. The head of the National Narcotics Agency, Commissioner Personnel of Police, Heru Winarko, said that drug abuse among teenagers are increasing, where there is an increase from 24 to 28% of teenagers using narcotics. Mr. Heru explained that teenagers who are exposed to narcotics are more vulnerable as long-term users because they have long enough time to consume drugs. Drugs can cause sedative effects such as confusion, memory loss, behavioral changes, decreased level of consciousness, and also impaired body coordination. The third is about bullying. Bullying among teenagers is a global problem and is widely known that have a negative effects on victims. Bullying refers to aggressive behavior with the intention to hurt or abuse another person in repetitive act and involves an imbalance of power. Bullying behavior can cause various negative effects for victims, such as mental disorders ranging from sensitivity, anger issues, low self-esteem, and even committed suicide. The last is about mental health disorder. What is mental health disorder? According to the research from Adisti, mental health disorders are condition of condition of individuals who have symptoms in mental disorders. It refers to a condition of disorders that affect your mood, thoughts, and behavior. A mental illness can make you miserable and can cause problems in your daily life, such as at school or in the environment. In most cases, symptoms can be managed with a combination of medication and also psychotherapy or talk therapy. What should we do as prevention so these problems above won't happen? First, we should get closer to God spiritually. We have to follow His commandments and put no other gods before Him, and to love others as ourselves. Second, the role of family. Family who play a good role can increase self-esteem to teenagers. Third, we can make friends with people, but do not try or follow their bad habits. And last, we have to make strict limits to the use of social media. I think it is enough for my speech. As teenagers, we should have a healthy behavior and be responsible with our life. So most of teenagers' problem will be resolved. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.